Hello everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to the second video of 2026. Here we are, 2 weeks in a row we've uploaded. Today is going to be a bit of a shorter video though, because I haven't done a vlog or anything like that. I had always intended for today to be a bit of an about me, sort of sit down chat video, because I don't really upload this type of video very often. So I thought I would answer a couple of questions that I get very often and just have a bit of a chat with everyone. Next week will be a weekly vlog and yeah, we'll just jump into it. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Megs, affectionately known as Peg Leg Meg. The reason I am known as Peg Leg Meg is because I am a left below knee amputee. In October of 2024, I had an accident which resulted in me having my left leg amputated, cut off. And yeah, so it's been just over 12 months now, and yeah, I've been doing lots of fun things. I've been learning how to walk, obviously, recovering, just learning how to do life differently, I guess, with one leg now. So this second question, or the main question that I get, is what actually happened to your leg, or what happened in your accident? How did you lose it, basically? So I had an accident with a ride-on lawnmower. I basically came off the ride-on lawnmower and the ride-on lawnmower went over my leg. Sorry to be too graphic. There should be a trigger warning at the beginning of this. A bit late now, sorry everyone. But yeah, that is basically the accident in a nutshell. Is I was mowing my lawn, came off the ride-on mower. I do have a video already uploaded on my channel which goes into the actual accident in so much more depth. It kind of talks about, yeah, kind of from the moment the accident happened to when I was in hospital, recovering, all of that sort of fun stuff, I suppose. So yeah, basically that's what happened. Came off a ride-on mower, got airlifted to our local biggest hospital, which is I'm from Newcastle. So our local hospital is the John Hunter. So got airlifted there, spent just under a month in hospital recovering, had 3 surgeries. The final surgery obviously was the amputation. So had a surgery the day that I got in hospital for them to kind of have a look at my it was kind of like from the bottom of my leg, my foot down, basically. So yeah, got in there the night that I was in there. They went in, had a look at my foot to see, I guess, whether or not they could save it or do anything with it. Then from there I had a second surgery a couple of days later to kind of tidy it up, and for them just to have another sort of look to assess what the best course of action was. And then after that second surgery was the following morning when I woke up and there was a team of doctors around my bed telling me that unfortunately there was nothing that they could really do to save my foot. By that stage it had been probably about 4 days or so since my accident, so there obviously was no blood flow or my foot was destroyed. I have since seen photos of what my foot looked like. Obviously when I had my accident I've got a visual of what it looked like, but obviously there was a lot of trauma and a lot going on in that moment, so my memory is of what I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure if that is a correct image or not. But since then I have seen photos. It did take me a long time to be able to obviously look at what my foot did look like, but I have since seen it, and I can confirm, not being a doctor myself, but I can confirm that there was absolutely no way that anyone was able to save my leg. So yeah, so basically that happened 1st of November 2024 is when I had my amputation. So it's now January 2026, so it's been, 13 months since I've lost my leg. Since then I have had to learn how to walk. I now have a prosthetic and have just had to learn how to mum and parent and be a wife and all of this with one leg now. And let me tell you, it is a challenge. It is not easy, but you got to do what you got to do. You know, people often ask me how I managed to stay so positive and how I've managed to just kind of make it look, they kind of use the word like effortless a little bit, but I can guarantee you that it's, one, absolutely far from effortless, and two, when you've got a family, like my accident also happened 1 week after my wedding. So I got married on the Saturday. My accident happened the following Saturday. So when like you've just been married, at the time Parker was 2.5. You just haven't, like, you have to get on with it. You have to figure out how to do things, like sitting and just wallowing in it. It just wasn't an option for me. I mean, it is an option and I could have chosen that path, but for me and the person that I am, it wasn't an option. I had to just figure it out. I had to figure out how to still be able to put my little boy to bed. I had to figure out how to still be able to make him breakfast in the morning and still play with him and still go swimming with him and still do all those things that I used to do with him before my accident, now just with a prosthetic and with one leg. So yeah, that's kind of been my approach, is that I have to figure it out. It's every single thing that I do is 5 to 10 times harder than it was before, which is getting out of bed in the morning. Showering is the most underrated thing in the world. Okay, I took showering absolutely for granted before my accident, being able to just walk in the shower whenever I wanted to, walk out, dry myself, do all the showering things. Now, so much preparation, mental preparation has to go into me just being able to do something simple like have a shower, because I can't stand in the shower. Even if there is like a rail or something I can hold on to, like obviously, like I can still only stand on one leg, and my balance is phenomenal now, mind you, but I can still only stand on one leg for like a certain period of time before my quad and my glute is absolutely burning to the nine. So I've probably got like, say, a couple of minutes before I just want to sit down again. So yeah, I mean, and then also standing on one leg in the shower and then having to obviously hop in and out and whatnot is extremely dangerous. Like, it doesn't take much for me to slip. My balance is off, all of that sort of stuff. So majority of the time I've got a water chair that I have to sit on, which again is great. It's got a purpose, but there's just nothing beats being able to that's probably the thing that I miss most, is just being able to stand under the shower, like with nothing, no aids, nothing, no, even if I stand and my like good leg is fine, my stump, because it just is dangling down, or sometimes I just like curl my knee, it just starts to throb and to ache after a period of time. So look, these are little things that I'm just whinging about, but I'm grateful that I still got one leg, that I'm still able to shower, still able to do all these things. But showering is one of the things that I miss the most about having two legs. I digress. I'm not even entirely sure what it was that I was talking about. I think I was just telling you about my accident. So yeah, that's basically what happened to me. That is how I became Peg Leg Meg. I actually became Peg Leg Meg when I was in the hospital. I think I remember one of my friends had come to visit me, and we were kind of just joking about like being a pirate now that I've got one leg and whatnot, and having like a peg leg and stuff. And then I was like, oh my God, Peg Leg Meg. I was like, I was destined to have one leg. Like, I could not have had a more perfect name to have one leg. So it has just stuck from there. So now everything is Peg Leg Meg. It is what it is. Peggy is what I call my stump. Peg Leg Meg is who I am now. I am Peg Leg Meg. My wife, I have a wife. We've been married obviously 1 week before my accident. So if it's been 11 months, I don't think that's right. No, it's been 13 months. So yeah, if my accident was 13 months ago, then obviously my wedding was about 13 months ago as well. So yes, my wife and I got married. We've been together for a couple of years now. He's almost 4. So Parker turns 4 in March. Bless his little socks. He's growing up so insanely fast. So he's 3-ish. He's 3 at the moment, turning 4 obviously in March. So he's almost 4. But at the time of my accident, he was 2.5. And Parker is my son with my ex-partner, so he's Steph's stepson, and Parker calls Steph Honey. That originated. He's always called her honey from like the second time he met her. He met her when he was 1. And that, we think that came from when her and I first started dating. I would call her honey and be like, hey honey, like how was your day? I don't know, stuff like that. I don't remember calling it like in that kind of endearing way, but I obviously must have. And then he picked it up from there. Like I would never be like, hey Steph, how are ya? It was always like, hey honey. So yeah, that's how that's kind of been picked up. So he now calls her honey. He has since he met her, since he was 1 and sort of learned how to talk. So yes, if you hear us talking about honey in our vlogs, that is what we call Steph. I call Steph honey now too, babe, all that sort of stuff. But honey is her name. What else? We are pregnant at the moment. We are having our second child. We're having Steph and my first child together, our second child. We are due in May. Steph is carrying. We are having a little boy, so we are boy mums through and through. We are destined to be boy mums, I think. So yeah, we are so excited for that. We're just in the stages, obviously, getting everything organised and just really taking it all in and just trying to do, I guess, as much as a family of 3 before we become a family of 4 in these next couple of months. So yeah, what else have I got to update you on? 2026, what does that kind of look like? So 2026 is going to be a lot of sport, adaptive sport for me. I am still doing my sitting volleyball. So for those of you that don't know, I am in the Australian sitting volleyball team. I also play for the New South Wales team, and that is going to continue. I'm training every week. Training at the moment, being January, is on hold, but it starts again in February, so I'll be going down weekly to Sydney, and then obviously training at home and whatnot for that as well. So that is still going to continue in 2026, be training a lot for that. The other sport that I'm diving into head first this year is a sport that I am super passionate about. It is a sport that I have absolutely loved well before my accident, and that is surfing. It is on my vision board and my bucket list for 2026 is to surf as often as I can. I have things set up where I'm going to be surfing at least twice a week now. I went surfing today actually. We just did some paddling practice where with a friend of mine who also is a support worker, and he runs his own support business, but he is a double below knee amputee. Whoa. And he is he's a world champion parasurfer. So he absolutely knows what he's talking about. He's helping me out. He's taking me weekly, setting me up with a bunch of other people that can help me. So that is well and truly on track to just dive in head first this year and just have fun with it. I love the ocean. It is by far my happy place in the world. So even at the end of this, if I just get to spend more time in the ocean this year, then I am absolutely stoked with that. So a lot happening this year. Baby coming in May, sitting volleyball continuing, adaptive surfing, just trying and whatnot, continuing to be a mom, continuing to be a wife. What else is on the go? That's, at the moment, that's kind of it. There is, I'm sure, heaps more that I can fill you in on. But yeah, if you've got any questions that I haven't answered today, because I feel like I've rambled a lot and I haven't actually answered many questions, but if you have got any questions and you've made it this far, drop them down in the comments below and I'll do a part 2 actually sticking to the script and answering questions for everyone, because I know I do get questions all the time on TikTok, Instagram, all of that. So if you do have any questions, shoot them down below and I will absolutely either come back to you in the comments or make a second video and answer all of your questions. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has had a fantastic week. It is Monday, fresh start to the week actually. New week. So yeah, go out there, have a great week, and I will see you next Monday. See you, bye.